Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have a moment of disappointment. And the disappointment, I think, comes from my hopeful expectations and assessment. I don't like to hope. I assess things and then you assess it and you reach a conclusion. And you say, okay, this guy is like that. But then something like this that I will share with you in this video just disappoints me greatly, and is about an MP and a representative or U.S. and his name is Congressman Matt Gaetz. I watched Matt Gaetz's political life for some time, and with this one, I should have known, so that's partly my mistake, because maybe I thought that he is not the same as everybody else, which is owned by the same forces. Let me show you. Let me share this with you. Russia Today, the 24th of February 2024. Defund United Nations and give cash to Israel. U.S. lawmaker, Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz has called for requiring budget cuts to offset assistance to any overseas ally. U.S. Representative Matt Gaetz has called for withdrawing from the United Nations and cut off funding to the global body to free up money to support Israel's war effort against Hamas. And I'm quoting, we should not have any foreign aid to any other country without corresponding cuts to our own bloated federal budget. So far, so good. The congressman told a cheering CPAC crowd, and I'm quoting, if you want to send aid to Israel, fine. Pay for it by defunding the United Nations. And I'm quoting, I want the United Nations to be zeroed out in our budget. The US should be out of the United Nations, and the United Nations should be out of the US. Well, the Republican-controlled House of Representatives passed a $14.3 billion aid bill for Israel in November, but Biden has insisted that assistance to Western Jerusalem was bub. Well, I don't know, my friends. I will say this. If the United States of America, our interest, aligns at one point for some time with a certain entity, by all means use it. If it doesn't align with that one, that means if we can use this garbage here or that garbage there or that garbage there to promote our interests, our nation's interests, I'm not talking about nation, I'm not talking about the garbage nation, the nation's interest, then by all means do it. But just take from there to what are the benefits? Remember the thing with the greatest ally there and greatest ally here. These are temporary alliances that you make with a certain kind of group that you are going to use. You supposedly are in power, in control, using that group to promote your own interests. That's what you do. You don't negotiate with the weak people. You don't negotiate, you don't deal with them. You just tell them what to do. That's how the world is. If you do that, the little people will gonna jump on your head and are gonna cut your head off the second they can, with a lot of vengeance, because they will say, hey, you oppressed me. So you have to keep a distance between this and that, and make sure the distance is always made by the end of a barrel. So take from United Nations. Okay, well, to a certain extent, it makes sense. You can take a lot of money from the United Nations. I agree with that. But then what's the connection between taking that and giving to Israel against Hamas? Israel has a problem with Hamas. That's their fucking problem. That's it. Well, the problem is that Gaetz says this instead of saying, I don't know, Egypt or even Pakistan, all right, corrupt as it is. He says Israel. Why is that? For me, that's, I do not know the exact context of that one, but it's enough when these guys even take into consideration. They have to take into consideration that 10 million people country somewhere in the fucking these deserts of Middle East that doesn't have oil. Can you believe that? But we know why that is. We know why that is, and that's wrong. We should take our nation back, whatever you want to call it. If I'm not part of that nation, I would just fucking leave. I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't want to be part of a garbage. If I can't change it, I'm just leaving. I'm going to die for these guys? No, I'm not going to do that. No, unless we can do something that is going to be superior. That's exactly the word I want to use. Superior. Better. And as of now, not good. All right, my friends. This is, for me, it was a big red flag for Mr. Matt Gaetz. I'm going to be on the lookout. I've been watching his speeches, another one that just fucked up for me was the Missouri senator. Isn't he? I covered him in a few videos back. Hawley. He fucked up for me again. Not with the kind of with the same thing. Same Hawley. No, and on the same issue. Whenever I see this happening like that, you're out. You're not for the American interest. Americans' interests sometimes align with this little, how should I put it, person or entity or country or nation that I will use. And then when that changes, switches, I'm going to get rid of that or just let it to the side. I'm going to jump on that. That's how I'm going to jump to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. That's how it is in real life. There's no such a thing as, the relationship between the countries to a certain point. When you drag me down, I'm going to get rid of you. That's how it's in politics in real life. But no, we go with them, they don't come with us. So anyway, I will pay attention. I'm just, if that is what he said, you take from that and give to these guys, why should you give in the first place to these guys? What's your interest? Hamas, that's their deal over there. Do you have anything to do with against Hamas? Or they have to do something against Hamas? They have, go ahead. Do whatever. International law. Okay? Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.